believe it or not, she is actually available to be your commander on Arena. And if you are one of my Arena players, you can build a whole Mardu deck around her. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I am your host, as always, Jay Villain, aka That Villain Jay. And tonight, we have a very special treat for you. As you can see, yes, we do. Because tonight, we're going to be opening up and reviewing this most wanted Mardu Outlaws of Thunder Junction commander deck right here. Yeah, we're going to be opening up. I'm a big fan. The reason I got this one, I wanted this one. I like Mardu, and I like vampires, and I like Olivia, as a matter of fact. As you can see here, here is my Olivia Mobilized for War, which I run in my paper Rakdos Vampires, which never wants to focus. But I really like this card. I loved Innistrad, and I loved Madness. I even liked Crimson Vow. But there's my Olivia Mobilized for War card, which won't focus for you, so you can read it. There you go. So I'm a big fan of her. I've always liked her. I liked her as a character, one of my favorite characters, and I do run her in paper. So I said, well, if we're going to get a special Olivia Mobilized for War right here, we got to check out the commander box. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be opening this up, reviewing it, looking at some of the cards, and taking a look on what's available on Arena. In case you want to run something similar to this on Arena, we're going to be doing that too. So if you want to join me here on this, I need you to do something for me, which is, of course, tenderly press that like button, gently press that subscribe button, because if you don't press that like and subscribe button, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. You will get attacked by the like and subscribe. Yes, you will. He will come after you for not liking the video and subscribing to the channel today. So join us on a stream every night at twitch.tv/thatvillainj for live streaming goodness. We'd love to have you there live and in person where we open these, and we also play a lot of Arena. In case you're new to the channel, this is not just a pack opening. This is my second channel that I do for Paper Magic. I mostly play Arena. So you can check that out. Check out our Discord if you have any other paper questions or anything like that. And check out the main channel too. We'd love to have you there. So all that being said, we're going to open this up, see what's inside, and see what we think about it. Hey, what's going on? How you doing? Mojo Rogue just raided in. Good buddy of ours just raided in. Well, we're live streaming this right now. So we're going to be opening up this product because we're a fan of vampires here, and we're a fan of Olivia. My second Commander Precon I've ever opened. The only other one that I did is I opened up a Necrons. Okay, and I really like the Necrons a lot. That came with a lot of cool stuff. I don't think this one is going to be nearly as fancy, but we're going to see. So what this is Mardu Outlaws. So this is Mercenaries, Outlaws, Red, White, and Black, Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Crime always pays. Olivia Opulent Outlaw, which is a commander-only card right here. I like that right here. When you open up the rip strip, it says take a bite into crime, which is pretty funny because it's outlaws and they're vampires. So going a little extra mile here with the funniness. All right. Let me pull that out. So this is the case. We'll get rid of that box. Comes in here. Pop that out right there. Comes with some tokens and some other stuff. And a mysterious envelope. What could be in this black mysterious envelope here? I don't know. Hey, look at that. So this is the constructible deck box it gives you, which pops up. And a life spin down. Pretty cool. I mean, not the best deck box in the world, but it's going to give you somewhere to store it. Has the Mardu colors on it like that. Has the Mardu colors, has the OTJ cactus symbols. Not bad. I mean, for all things considered, you know, nice little box to hold it in, so that's nice. Cool black envelope. Throw that to the side. Spin down, as it were. Here is the Collector Booster Sampler Pack. Okay, so this comes with a Collector Booster Sampler Pack right here. We're going to open this up for you right here. I know you like the pack cracking. Let's hear that. Let's hear that good pack cracking noise. ASMR for you right there. And inside, we have a Great Train Heist rare and a Humiliate. One of the foil style Humiliates. Right there. In the new jailbreak style. And a Great Train Heist. Use these in a couple of red decks. Not a bad card, believe it or not. Great Train Heist, very competently used card. So good stuff to add right there. All right. So we have those. We'll put those to the side right there. Don't need this. What else do we have? How many packs we're opening? We're opening a Commander Precon. This is some art. Has some Commander rules, has playing the deck, has all this stuff right here. If you already know, you know. But that's pretty fun. Comes with a couple other goodies, not just the thing. So here is the deck itself. We're going to pop this open. We're going to go through the cards, and then we're going to talk about them. Now, I can give you some statistics on this. Right now, looking it up as of tonight, which is October of 2024, maybe things will suddenly change. It's about $30-something, $38 at Target. Okay? Which is perfectly fine. That's, if you're going to go for Commander Precon, that's perfectly acceptable if you wanted to do something like that. Sorry, this thing is shrink wrapped open really good. I'm trying to get it with these gloves and it's not cooperating. Pretty decent price if you're trying to get into the game of Magic and you're trying to get into Commander. So it's not terrible. I'm not going to say that it's overpriced at all. Because if I look up the price of it, okay, if I look up the price on and of itself, like of all the cards individually, there's some decent cards in here. It's probably worth about $65. So as far as value goes, I don't think it's that bad of a value if you wanted to break in. If this is like your first Commander product, I don't think it's a bad idea because there is some decent stuff right here. So first things first, we're going to take a look at this. Olivia Opulent Outlaw Commander. Now, she is actually available to be your Commander on Arena. Believe it or not, she is actually available to be your Commander on Arena. And if you are one of my Arena players, you can build a whole Mardu deck around her. So, Vampire Assassin, Mardu in 1. Flying and lifelink 3/3. Whenever one or more outlaws you control deal combat damage, create a treasure token, and you sacrifice 2 treasure tokens. You put 1/1 counter on each other creatures on each creature you control. So she pays and she plays. That's what she does right here. Olivia Opulent Outlaw. That's our Commander card. Honestly, again, if like you wanted to get into Commander and you just wanted to do something fun, she's kind of fun to even build around if you don't want to keep all the rest of the stuff. Mardu being strong, especially Mardu vampires, very useful. Very useful. I'm going to put her in one of my flat black sleeves right here just for funsies. And she goes away nicely like that. So there's a couple of Commander only cards on here we'll take a look at. Dwarf Warlock. Pretty much everything in here is going to be an outlaw. Now this was an OTJ mechanic. This was called a batch. What an outlaw is an assassin, mercenary, pirate, rogue, or warlock, or all outlaws. So if anything says an outlaw, that's what it means. He's not bad either. He could be your Commander as well because he is a mythic rare Vihan Goldwaker. Other outlaws you control have vigilance and haste. Not a bad Commander. Okay, so if you didn't even want to use Olivia, you have an optional one right here to use. Council's Judgment, not bad. This is OTJ. Starting with you, each player votes for a non-land permanent you don't control. Exile one with the most votes. That's fun for Commander. Heliod's Intervention. Never liked that card, but it's good. Angelic Sellsword. I believe this is specific to OTJ, and I actually really like this one, and I really am looking forward to playing it because I love angels and I love mercenaries. 1 white and 4/4 angel mercenary. Whenever Angelic Sellsword, another non-token creature enters the battlefield, meaning like a mercenary, non-token creature, an angel or another creature, you create mercenaries. So whenever she attacks, if the power is 6 or greater, draw a card. So if you use her mercenary abilities to pump her up for 6 more, you get to draw. Pretty cool. We Ride at Dawn, thematically appropriate for OTJ, of course. And Massacre Girl. Honestly, you know, as a human assassin, we love Massacre Girl here, so I'm just happy to have her involved, as it were. Fane, Broker. These all could be, like, that's what I'm talking about. I think the value is good because you could take Massacre Girl out of here, cut all the black, and make a black Commander Massacre Girl deck with it. So there's, like, good stuff in here to work off of if you wanted to make a, like, a Wither deck or something like that. Witch of the Moors, Human Warlock, Nighthawk Scavenger, probably one of my favorite vampires out there. Really, really good vampire card. That's why I was kind of attracted to this deck, and that's why I feel like I want to give it a good rating, even if it all doesn't come together maybe perfectly in Commander. I feel like there's enough good stuff in here to make it worth it. Curtain's Call, Classic, Misfortune Teller, Warlock, Painful Truth, that's a good card too. Camber the Plunderer, again, another rare. Ogre Slumlord, another legendary. Ogre Slumlord, Hex, Mari the Killing Quill, again, a vampire assassin here. Even if you're just gonna buy this for $35, $38 or whatever, and take it apart for the vampires, for the black cards, I don't feel like you're going wrong here too bad. Like, I think that you're gonna get a decent value out of it. Discreet Retreat, I think this is OTJ original. Charred Grave Robber, pretty cool. Whenever he enters the battlefield, return target outlaw card from your graveyard to your hand. Not a bad one for only 3. Okay, Back in Town, love that. I love the theme of OTJ. A lot of people gave OTJ crap for being, you know, outlaws and westerns, but I thought it. This returns any number of outlaws creatures, so that's fun. Marsh Bloodcaster, another vampire, which is very useful. Coven right there. Rankle Prankle, yeah. I mean, getting a Rankle in there, you know? He's a rogue. He's able to do what he does. Not bad, okay? Not bad at all right there. Direfleet Ravager, we know we like that one. Mirror Entity. Direfleet Daredevil, this was a very good card. Here's a pirate right here. All of these, like a lot of these individual singleton cards that you're getting right here, I've used, and I can vouch that they're good cards individually, you know. Captain Lannery Storm, again, another legendary that you could build a whole pirate deck out of. Seize the Spotlight, Grenzo, Rankle the Prankle, yeah. Angrass Marauders, Human Pirates, Captivating Crew, as always, that's a fun one right there. Reign of Riches, Lorien the Diversion, good stuff. Mass Mutiny, Dead Before Sunrise. Greywater's Fixer, here's another one that's new to OTJ. It's a lizard mercenary, so even if you put this in Rakdos Lizards, you'd have a fun time with it. Rakdos and 2, Lizard Mercenary, each outlaw you control, each outlawed creature card in your graveyard has Encore, where X is its mana value. Exile it and play its Encore. For each opponent, create a token that's copy that attacks the opponent this turn. They gain haste, sacrifice it. So he will resurrect everything if you pay it and swing in with a big lizard hit right there. So he's actually pretty fun, and he's unique to OTJ. Life Insurance. Brina, the Demagogue. Bird Warlock, very cool looking here. Whenever a player attacks one of your opponents, if that opponent has more life than another opponent, that attacking player draws a card and puts 2/1/1 counters on a creature you control. Very, very, very cool stuff for Commander. That's got some fun Commander effects. Queen Marchesa, yes. Another Mardu, even though she's Grixis and OTJ, here's the old version of Queen Marchesa, Human Assassin. Death Touch and Haste for 4, Mardu and 1. At the beginning of your upkeep, if an opponent is the Monarch, create a 1/1 black assassin creature token with Death Touch and Haste. I do not know enough about Monarch to tell you what to do with that, but it is fun. Idol of Oblivion, useful. When draw a card, this is, I think a lot of people play this in Commander. Draw a card, activate only if you created a token this turn, you sacrifice and create a 10/10 Academy Manufactorum bounty board. Add 1 mana of any color, put a bounty on counter target creature, activate only with a sorcery. Whenever a creature with a bounty dies, each of its controllers' opponents draw a card and gain 2 life. So you kill specific things to draw that. Fetid Heath, not bad. You can pay to get 2 mana out of it. A black, white, white, or a black, white by paying 1 into it. So good stuff right here. Now, I looked it up, and Commander Beacon, you see this card right here. This is the most expensive card in the deck. And it's like $6 or $7 because I'm pretty sure it's a Commander staple right here. So you are getting this. A little bit of fast mana on there. It's a land. Well, it's not fast mana. A land. Sacrifice Commander Beacon. Put your commander into your hand from the commander zone. It basically lets you summon your commander back from the zone. It's pretty much going to be a staple in any commander deck. So, and it is valuable, like I said. Aside from, I think, Olivia, it's probably the most valuable one in the set. So, useful right there. The rest of these are going to be lands right here. Vault of the Archangel, Dragonskull Summit. Pretty decent. Again, you're getting a lot of double lands here that are going to be useful if you're building a... This is useful in a Boros. Like, if you're just building a Boros commander, or even a Boros deck. If you're building an Orzhov deck, or if you're building a Rakdos. All of these lands... Caves of Koilos, you've seen me play that a ton of times, if you know that. Battlefield Forge, you get a copy of that. Rares. All of these are useful. Blackcleave Cliffs. You've seen me play these. So even if you're playing paper, it gives you a pretty good, decent land base. If you're ever thinking about playing any of these colors, you're going to get a nice land base from this. Just because it's 3 colors that if you are playing them regularly, it's kind of useful to grab right there. So that is kind of why the recommendation I have. Like, that's why I wanted this, because I could use it in my Orzhov vampires. I could use it in my Rakdos vampires. Yeah, dual lands always hold their value. Absolutely, Marauding Army. Dual lands are never going to go out of style. So here's a Miss Skulk right there. Requisition Raid. You've seen me use that recently. Probably one of my favorite removals in the world right there for black. Feed the Swarm. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Destroy enchantments or creatures and you lose life. We love destroying enchantments with black. Take that, Color Pie. Changeling Outcast is a shapeshifter. Requisition Raid. Deadly Dispute. If you're a big J Villain fan from way back, you know that I play this a whole bunch. Probably one of my favorite sacrifices. You know what this is really a good one for? Greedy Freebooter. Yeah, play Deadly Dispute on Greedy Freebooter. You sacrifice a creature, you draw 2 cards and create a treasure token. So ramp and draw from that one. Morbid Opportunist, a little bit more black card draw right there. Aetherborn Marauder, not bad. Tenured Inkcaster, expensive. I'm never crazy about her. She's expensive. Ideally, she would be a gain and drain, but she's expensive. Shoot the Sheriff, great removal there. Lightning Greaves, fun. Impulsive Pilferer, not bad. Shiny Impetus, not bad. Humble Defector. Hey, that's from Khans of Tarkir. Used to play that all the time. Glittering Stockpile, never much had room for that. Boros Charm is not a bad one either. Choose 1, 4 damage to target player or planeswalker. Permanents you control gain indestructible, or target creature gains double strike. Insanely good value, Boros Charm. Like, I wish we still had these charms, because the Ravnica charms were a very, very good investment right there. Arcane Signet. Commander staple. Again, this is why I would say recommend this. If you're brand new to Commander, it's going to come with a couple of staples in it that are useful. Trailblazers Bloots for some artifacts. Bandit's Hall. Orzhov Signet. Useful if you're playing Orzhov. Soul Ring. Again, Soul Ring, we're talking fast mana. There it is. You're going to get a Soul Ring, which is an absolute Commander staple right there. So as far as a starting pack, it's very good. It's a good investment. Everyone needs a Soul Ring. Rakdos Signet, another good Signet. And of course, Command Tower. Pretty much mandatory in any Commander deck. Add 1 mana of any color from your Commander's color identity. This will add Mardu colors as a basic thing. Bojuka Bog. Path of Ancestry. Rogue's Passage, can't be blocked. That's a fun one. Demolition Field, always a good card to have. And then, of course, we're going to go into the double lands. Sunhome, Fortress of the Legion, Tasting Peak. Nomad Outpost, very good Mardu triple color right there. I think that's Khans too. Temple of the False God. And now we just have plains and swamps and stuff like that right there. We have some tokens on the back end. They're going to give you mercenary tokens. They're going to give you inkling tokens. They're going to give you rogue tokens, rat token, Eldrazi's. That's the 10/10 Eldrazi. So they're going to give you everything that they know is going to be in the deck. Assassin. And here is the bounties. This is a fun mechanic too. So when you have a bounty, this is what you can use. So let me pull that right there. At the beginning of your end step, if a legendary creature creature you control attacked alone this turn, collect your reward right there. So that's bounty, Squeakers of the Sky. Bounty, Arena, the Wrecking Ball. At the beginning of your end step, if you committed a crime this turn, meaning that you targeted any permanent your opponent has, you collect your reward. And of course, Bounty, Lissa, Sterling Contractor. At the beginning of your end step, if the player with the most cards in the hand or tied for the most cards the turn beginning was dealt combat damage, collect your reward. Very fun right there. So that's kind of a fun commander round robin thing that you can run off of right there. I don't know if you always need to play with bounties, but it is a little something fun and different. So they really give you everything you need here. Really everything you need to get started with Commander. And I would say a lot to build off of. Overall, pretty good. I'm not mad at this. Especially if you're like an experienced Commander player, if you're like into Commander, it's super decent, you have got 3 builds and you got a lot of stuff and you're really ripping and roaring and you're like Mr. Commander, you're like all about it. Don't worry about it. I wouldn't trouble yourself with this too much. If you're new, if you've never played a game of Commander and you want to get some kitchen table magic or go to your LGS and do something, I think this is a smart one to do because it's going to give you the staples. It's going to give you the basics that you're going to need to kind of go from there. After all, you're going to get other cards. You're going to get other potential commanders that you could build off of from here. You could modify this to Rakdos, to Orzhov, add a bunch of black stuff, do a lot of things, and you're going to have the tools that you need to start your journey in that process. So it's solid. It's solid as a beginner's product, for sure. I would say that they hit the mark on that, and I think that it's got some pretty fun mechanics in it. That all being said, I wanted to show you something here because a lot of my audience is Arena guys. You can run a lot of these cards on Arena, believe it or not. So we're going to take a look here, what you can currently run on Arena if you wanted to. And let me pull this up. Okay. And all right. So if you are a big Arena fan and you liked a lot of these things and you wanted to do a lot of these things, there's a decent amount that you can bring into the game. You can import a Most Wanted Outlaws of Thunder Junction deck. Olivia Opulent Outlaw is a commander that is available on Arena. Okay, so you can build your whole deck around that. It's going to have to be a little different because not everything is there. But there's a lot of good stuff, like we saw Requisition Raid, Deadly Dispute, Feed the Swarm, Shoot the Sheriff, Arcane Signet, Command Tower, pretty much all of the lands, Irongrass Marauders, Tenured Inkcaster, Massacre Girl, Captivating Crew, Rankle Prankle right there, Aetherborn Marauders, Captain Storm, really good one right there, Nighthawk Scavenger. So a lot of the base is here, okay? You have about half of the cards that you can build off of. So even if you wanted to take inspiration, you've got about half there, and you could just look up. You could just say vampire, you know what I mean? You could just go ahead and search any other types of vampires that you possibly could want and go in there and build off of what they've already showed you because you know it's a pretty decent base to work off of. So, you know, you might not have everything, but you will have a lot. So that's why if you just type vampire right here, and then for commander, you can even put outlaw in it or vampire rogue. That's perfectly fine. You'll have a lot of things to fill in the blanks here. You know, you're Baron von Greywater, Zagreus, All of these are pretty solid cards to fill in. Vadmir Newblood, any one of these, you would have a pretty decent Vampire Outlaw deck right here. Even Bloodletter, not Bloodletter, Backlazats, but Vampire Assassins, Vein Ripper, Ruthless Lawbringer. You could build something pretty decent out of what they're showing. So for my arena guys, if you wanted to translate the paper deck, if you bought the paper deck and you wanted to translate it to a arena deck, it's not that hard. I probably will do an arena video, maybe on the main channel, of doing an Olivia Vampire deck one day. So overall, I know my audience is mostly standard and constructed and all that. It's mostly made up of guys playing arena and standard stuff like that, but I wanted to branch out. And I think that I can recommend at $38, it's not a bad investment in case you wanted to start in the Commander format and get going. And hey, maybe we'll start a Commander game on the Discord or something like that. That might be fun too. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you liked our little dip into Paper Magic here. I would give this deck a good rating. I'd give it a B-. For your first Commander deck, B-. Maybe it doesn't have the best synergy. Maybe it's not going to be absolutely cracked. But as far as a $35, $38 investment for jumping into the format, I think it's totally worth it. They're still pretty available. They're still around, and it comes with enough good goodies, solid cards, and basic stuff that you're going to really get to where you need to go effectively and be able to build from there and expand from there and do stuff. Hey, and even build an arena version, because a lot of the core stuff is available. So it does get my recommendation. I'm pretty satisfied with it. All the stuff looks good, and I like some of the Commander-specific cards that we got from OTJ, and I just like the OTJ mechanics and aesthetics too. So I'm saying howdy here from OTJ. I know we're a couple of back from Duskmorn where we're at right now. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us in the second channel, and thank you for giving Commander and some Paper Magic a try here on the Villain's Lair. I've been Jay Villain. You've been great. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.